I'm nervous. I'm nervous.
You're good. You're
No,
good.
I'm good. I'm good.
We're live. We're live. We're live. Look, folks. What's up, babe? Stay
Oh.
talk.
Well, what's up?
I've got 40. Life is good. Al and David, just heads up, Al and David are running a little late. Al's in Kansas visiting his sister right now. Apparently he's at something. I don't know what it means. He said a kinche or kinke or something like that, but I don't know what that means. So if anyone knows what that means, please enlighten us. And David's at work right now, so he's got his lunch break in about 40 minutes or so. So he's going to jump in, and it's going to be a great fucking time.
It's gonna be amazing.
It's going to be a great fucking time. I've got
Hellhounds of Horror. I'm getting drunk.
Everyone's drunk. Oh, what's up, Natalie?
Oh,
Hey, Joe. What's up, Michael? Oh,
how's it going, everybody?
yeah, we've got our guest here, Bobby __ X on Instagram. The O is not an O; it's a 0. How you find this? Is that a godforsaken shower curtain? Yes, it is, baby Herman.
Oh, I thought I was talking to me. I'm like, hold on, what?
No, he's talking about me.
I was like, I've had a couple of drinks, but I'm pretty sure that's Misfits back there. But shower curtain, maybe.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's
got one around here somewhere.
I'm downstairs, so this is outside.
Right? Where do you shoot your videos on YouTube? Is that like in the basement?
It's in the basement, but the basement's not finished. So
that pink insulation, though.
So I thought it would make people feel uncomfortable. So that's why I use it.
I dig it, man. I dig it.
I was thinking about getting a green screen, though. I was thinking about doing that. And
it's not hard, man. Do a blue one.
Blue one?
Do a blue one.
Yeah, I don't typically wear blue. I don't typically wear green. But so we're good. Black all day.
Right.
Except right now, there's blue on this. But what is what it is.
Yes, sir.
What's up, Sharp Perfection? Beard Slasher. What's up, Jason? Josh Roll. What's up, guys? Thanks for joining.
Try to make your own, John. Shower curtain? Try to make your own shower curtain?
I would love to make my own shower curtain. We're going to make a green shower curtain.
Can we get, I need a tutorial on that. I'm down.
Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do a fucking shower curtain tutorial. Make your own shower curtain.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's up, man? What have you been up to this week?
Working a lot. We got a couple of people who are going to be guests in the next few weeks, I reckon.
Right. So
probably going to be making announcements with them soon. So I've been working on some shit in the back end.
Right.
So those are exciting. I kind of caved a little and I put a little clue out there for people. So
it's a pretty good one, though. I'm impressed with the clue.
I made it in work.
Right.
It was like a kind of fleeting thing. I was like, I'm just gonna fucking post this, man. I can't wait till I get home.
It was, I don't know, man. You see some cards look like that, some pretty sophisticated clip art, you know. It was good, man.
Peck monkey.
That's what's big. Those minimalist posters now. Have you seen that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I hate it. I can't stand it. I like detail, man. That's kind of what I am, though. But
I'm a stickler for details as well, and a lot of people who watch the show probably already know this, but I found out that the Nightbreed poster that I got from the TFW one,
Mondo,
it has a spelling error.
Oh,
it's got where it tells you the cast down the bottom. It says rather than Doug Bradley, it's Doe Bradley, like Dough.
Nice.
I was like, oh my fucking god, I just couldn't get a break, man. It was one thing after another with fucking Nightbreed, man. One minute I found the spell mistake, and the next minute I got a mask that looked like a piece of shit.
Yeah, let's talk about the mask. The bonding moment for me and John.
It was fucking. Let's talk about mask real quick.
Yeah, for sure.
Did anyone get the Trick or Treat Studios Halloween Michael Myers mask? Please let us know your thoughts.
For sure. Yes. Please. Shout out to Wicked J, my buddy Adam. But yes, please tell us your thoughts on the new Tots creation.
It looked right. I'm going to tell you this right now. It looks like someone jizzed on a towel and then on a white towel, then let it ferment under their bed for like 3 or 4 weeks. Then they pulled it out and just like cracked that thing open and then put it on their face.
Yeah. That's pretty much wraps it up, man. I don't think I could even. But the sad part was they did so good right out the gate.
Mm-hmm.
The molds were really good that I first started seeing, and I'm like, all right, cool, they got this. And the next thing you know, it's like, what the fuck is that? I mean, like, you might be able to or like repaint it. You know, I follow like AJ Good in the House of Mask in Ohio and stuff, and like he repaints a lot of his. And I mean, that's perfectly fine. But wow.
Yeah.
To say that when you go to their website and that mask is shown there and it's like, this is what you're going to get.
It's a lie.
I mean, I don't want to say anything bad, but yeah.
I'll say a lot of things bad, but that's not
yeah.
here today. We're here today because it's a brand new episode of Hellhounds of Horror. I'm joined by Bobby__X on Instagram. I think Corey, do you have your Instagram as private?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
No?
Mine's open. My Instagram's open.
Wow. Corey said, is he accepting friend requests on Instagram?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yep.
Up, Phil?
Well, I've got some blocked people,
Let's see.
You gotta get rid of the negative people. But
yeah, I've been blocked on Instagram by a certain company. They didn't want me to say bad shit about them, but it's okay. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about 3 movies that I picked. We have My Bloody Valentine 3D. I believe it came out in 2009. I think. Valentine, which came out in 2001, which I'm excited to talk about. And then Alice, Sweet Alice, that came out in 1976. Slasher Mania. I was big into the slashers this week, so yeah. These were 2 of which I'd never seen before, 1 of which I'd seen plenty of times. And I just wanted to revisit and watch it again because I'd missed it. So, as the guest, which would you like to speak about first?
First and foremost, I'm going to get it out of the way. I am not a fan of 90s slasher. Like, Urban Legends.
Not technically a 90s slasher.
Valentine. It's The Mask. I don't know what it is. I seen it way back when it came out, and I was like, oh, this is going to be great. What the fuck? It's the baby mask. It's just not intimidating for me.
Really? Well, I find it took me back to like when I was young, because when I seen it, I think I saw it in theaters. I can't remember now. It was so fucking long ago.
How old are you?
I am 27.
Okay, right. Yeah, so that would be. I'm 30. So yeah, I remember it in theaters too, and I was like, hold on, how old was he?
Wait, no. So if I was 17 years ago, I would have been 10 years old. So I'm a liar.
Right.
But
damn, John. No.
Yes. But I did see it. I did see it. I can't remember how I seen it the first time. I just knew that I'd seen it. I think it was like it was either, I don't know where the fuck I saw it, but I just remembered it. Like it stuck with me for years and years and years and years, and I always wanted to go back to it. Always wanted to revisit it, and I just never picked it. I've got no idea why, but I really fucking love this movie.
Okay, don't get me wrong. It's iconic. You remember it.
Yeah,
Like, as
yeah.
soon as you said it, I was like, fuck. Because that's that one, that there's some that you just remember. And it's like, man, I did not dig it at all. I don't know if it's because that was that time when I just got so used to it because I grew up kind of in that time of like urban legends, and Scream was really the only good thing. And I didn't appreciate Scream until, my second viewing.
Right.
And because I was so deep cut old school. I mean, you've talked about that, the burning, and that's my shit.
Right.
And Halloween, so I grew up on old slashers, and then I started seeing these PG-13 like wannabes, and I'm like, dude, this is play school, man. Like, I want to see, sleepaway camp. I want to see a chick with a dick, like, you know what I mean?
Oh man. Nobody really wants to see a chick with a dick in real life or stand in front of you.
Oh, no, 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 no. I mean, sometimes you just got to see shit. And when you see it, you're like, wow, that is iconic. I mean, I remember that. And then I remember that really like pedophile line from the cook
Oh
in the
yeah.
beginning. And then was that James Earl Jones' dad? Isn't he the old black man?
Is
I
it?
believe he is.
Interesting.
I think I heard that somewhere. Tell me in the chat if I'm wrong about that. I am a little drunk, but
I had no idea. Uh, yeah, like Valentine for me, uh, at the time, it was when there was a lot of shows, a lot of cult shows where they were just movies, specifically horror movies, were casting a lot of people from these hit TV shows. Because I mean, David Boreanaz, I think Angel had just started, and Buffy had been out for about 2 or 3 years at that point, so it was huge. That's when Buffy was huge, and David Boreanaz was like a hot commodity. Everyone wanted to see him. Everyone was crushing on him. So everyone was like, "Yeah, we need to get this guy in our movie, and that'll get women to go and see it." I thought it was pretty unique. Like, there's been Valentine's related horror movies until that point, like My Bloody Valentine the original.
oh
But
yeah,
and that was
I'm excited to talk about that.
well, we're talking about the remake.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm excited about.
Oh,
Midgets, man. That's all I'm saying.
but yeah, like Denise Richards is in it. Uh, all the women were like super hot. They were like super hot and super hot commodities at the time. I think it was after Starship Troopers. I seen Starship Troopers. That was the first time I seen Denise Richards.
Oh man, Neil Patrick Harris.
Neil Patrick Harris.
That was the first time I seen him, and I was like, that dude's funny as hell.
Yeah. I didn't know he was gay at that point.
Oh yeah, I didn't either. I don't think anybody's seen that coming.
No, I don't think.
But hey, I'm like, hey, that's even better.
Yeah,
I'm about it.
NPH man, he's fucking great. He's fantastic. He was great. He was fucking great in Starship Troopers, man. Even back then, it was low budget shit.
Right.
It just sticks with you.
It reminded me of Aliens, though, man. It had that vibe.
Yeah, bring the Aliens. That's a good shout. Yeah, Valentine for me, it was memorable. The mask creeped me out when the guy he comes through, and it's right at the very beginning when they're in the morgue, and he's like going around and like stabbing all the body bags, just going around and like picking them up one by one, and he gets to the end and then like slices Michael's throat. That for me was creepy. Like when it's seen behind like a window that's like frosted, and it's just there. And again, it's an emotionless mask that was really just creepy to me as a kid.
It invoked a lot of vibes of maybe that's why I have a disdain for it. Is like I am a Halloween. That's what got me started. And I know that's for a lot of people, and it's kind of cliche to say, but yeah, I mean, and that dead look, that cold look, it'll get to you, man. I mean, there's memorable scenes. I won't deny you on that. I think it's just because it's like, man, this is kind of like Michael Myers, but My Bloody Valentine. It's like,
Yeah.
I think that's why it kind of threw me off. Don't get me wrong. Respect to all the people that made it and the people that love the movie.
You know,
It's an idea and they executed it.
you know what's funny? The same person that directed this directed Urban Legend.
No way.
Yeah.
Now, see, Urban Legends, I liked that had the girl killer. Like, I dig those. Like, I Spit on Your Grave. High Tension. Amazing.
Oh, yeah,
I really dig when girls like fight back and things like that. So Urban Legend I thought was cool because that was kind of unique because I hadn't at that time seen a girl killer, and man, I mean she was pretty. I can't remember who the actress was, but she was pretty attractive, and I was like, I'm about it because I was about that age. Like, all right, cool, you know.
High Tension. I only watched High Tension maybe like 8 months ago,
Ooh,
and oh, it was brilliant. I loved
brutal,
High Tension.
brutal movie.
Brutal, so brutal. Uh, another good thing about Valentine is that you kill someone with like a bow and arrow, like Cupid. I,
Oh
th-
yeah,
I thought they played up to that whole thing like really well, like the when he's like taunting people when he sends out the chocolates and it's got the maggots in it, and like she takes a bite, she's like, "Ugh." I think that was really cool the way that happened.
now see,
Like,
like with you going over the scenes, it's almost like watching a YouTube video. I'm kind of like I love YouTube, but I hate it because you see all the great clips in these scenes, and like the way you're talking about it, I'm like, man, it really wasn't that bad. But I
yeah,
distinctly remember 3 days ago being, pretty, lit off my rocker, going, man, I still hate this shit.
I mean,
But
yes,
damn, dude. I mean, now I'm like, hey, maybe I need to watch it again.
yeah. Like I hadn't seen it for years, a really really long time, and a lot of the scenes stuck with me. Like uh, I remember a lot of it from back then. And one of the ones that did stick out was the bow and arrow. And
Yeah,
but one thing I didn't like about that scene was the barrier was way too high, and he shot her or he got her with a bow and arrow like in sort of mid region. So
yeah.
the momentum when she
It
went
looked weird.
up, it looked fake,
Yeah, it looked like it was pulled on a string almost. Like
or like
it
she
was
threw
weird.
herself over the balcony. And I was like, oh,
Yeah,
I didn't remember that as much as what I did, but uh, there was another good thing. It did give a lot of urban legend vibes because it was throwing all these different red herrings out there because you didn't know who the killer was, you didn't know what their motive was. You saw this scene at the very beginning with the kid at a dance, and he's like going around asking all these girls to like dance with him, and they all say no apart from one, who then turns around and says, okay, let's do it. And then they go off and they start making out. And then he says, oh, he attacked me. He attacked me. And he gets the shit kicked out of him. He gets like, stripped butt naked. And he gets
right.
the shit kicked out of him, man. That would scar you for life.
Like I said, I mean, I'm trying to remember. Like, obviously, the drill was a big one for me. Just the imagery,
Yeah.
and the mask. I was like, okay, I I get it. I get what you're doing here. And then, but I felt like it was just ripping off too much stuff for me. But I see the iconic scenes now. It was very clean gore.
Yeah,
It,
I agree.
almost like an Argento film, like almost too clean. Like that shattered glass was really the only really messy part
Yeah.
for me. When she gets her neck slammed down on the broken glass. And
Mm.
I'm like, okay, I get that. That's my shit because it looked unique.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And the ending as well. when the killer in the mask comes out and then like gets shot by David Boreanaz, and he's an alcoholic, and the one thing that kind of confused me was, considering he was the killer the whole time and no one knew, but he was also an alcoholic,
right?
And he would drink heavily, so he was drinking at the party, and then
pretty damn good for an alcoholic.
Yeah, someone that's blasted,
right?
Pretty good. Maybe that's why he didn't feel pain.
I didn't even think about that, right?
Yes.
I mean, I'm not trying to delve into my own personal history, but I've dealt with a past of that, you know, and geez, like, no way. I mean, how would you even think, right?
Yeah. You couldn't be smart at that point.
Right. But to numb yourself, yeah, made sense.
For sure. Yeah, it was one that always stuck out to me, and I just never rewatched it, and I never went back and never reviewed it or anything like that. I just always it stuck with me, and it's always been up there as one of my favourites. And I'd only seen it once at that point, and it was just a lot of things just stuck with me, which was weird. It was really weird that one particular movie, which there's nothing like truly iconic about it. It wasn't like a game changer or anything like that. It just stuck with me, like one of those things when you're a kid and you watch something and it's like, oh my god.
Right.
I think that's why I liked it so much.
You want to know a funny story?
Sure.
I'll do this live. I don't tell this to nobody. Okay. I've had a couple of moments in my childhood that things stick out, especially from horror movies. Because I was watching horror movies when I was like not supposed to, man. Like, I think I was like 2 or 3, like trying to sneak and watch Tales from the Crypt. I remember when Tales from the Crypt had an animated show. Tales from the Crypt Keeper? Yeah, dude. I was watching Beavis and Butthead. It was retarded. But, so, Child's Play, I want to say 2. Because I remember the knife being in the hand. But that freaked the hell out of me. And I used to have a My Buddy doll from back in the day. That's what I think it came out a year prior to the Child's Play series.
Right.
And, you know, look up on YouTube, My Buddy. And I had one that had blonde hair and freckles. And, dude, I kicked that motherfucker underneath my bed and it never moved. My mom would try to get it. I'm like, nah, fuck you. Like, I'm not about it. That and then Tales from the Crypt, there was a scene where, like, this guy, I can't remember what it was, but I woke up in the middle of the night and went downstairs, and this doctor was licking this blade that had blood on it, and I'm like, what? And I just remember it. And it just sticks with you. So it's kind of like with you and Valentine, you just remember those iconic scenes, and it's nostalgia instantly.
For sure. I just see Dawn came in and said Dawn. Like, funnily enough, it was around about the same time. Around about the same time, I guess, when I watched Scary Movie for the first time, and I didn't know it was like a parody. I wasn't smart enough to know that it was like it was taking the piss out of it.
I remember going to that. It was like one of my first dates, going to go see that movie.
Interesting.
Yeah,
that's cool.
No, not at all. It was lame.
Yeah, like I watched it the first time. I was scared at the beginning. Like I was staying over at a friend's house, and his mum had rented like Scary Movie and got like snacks and stuff like that. And I was staying over, and when we started watching it, I was just like terrified, no idea why, and I just found it so scary. I think I hadn't seen Scream yet.
Right.
That was how early it was. I don't think I'd seen Scream yet. I didn't know it was a parody. But the mask did freak me out. And I was like, oh no. I think
Which one? Which one? The one with the tongue sticking out? Where he's like, what's up?
No. Right at the very beginning. Like, even like the corny ass bits when he's like chasing Carmen Electra. And then like his implant comes out.
That was done pretty well, though. Like, if you go back, it's almost like the same kind of shots, like angles and stuff that they did with the original run scene. I'm like, okay, I'm about it. Because I actually liked that part of Scream. That was really the only thing I liked when I first watched it. And then going back, I'm like, whoa, this was genius. But
yeah, I agree. Yeah. But yeah, it was just one of those things. Like I don't know why. Looking back on it now, I'm like, oh my god, what a fucking idiot. But after when I got to like the what's that part, I loosened up, and when like
right.
Doofy like saved it for me. I wasn't scared anymore after that.
I miss that, man. Like that's the stupid humor movies, like Half Baked, and just you know what I mean. Good Burger,
Oh, Good Burger was great. I watched
right?
Eat, and then like the psychiatric hospital and all dancing and shit.
Everybody takes things way too seriously now, man. I'm like, it doesn't always have to be serious. Like, let it be stupid. Makes it better. Yeah, Idle Hands.
Idle Hands, yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, but everyone put your ratings for Valentine in the chat. I'm genuinely curious to know
What do we do? What is the rating scale here? 3 to 10? Or I mean, 10 to 10? What?
Yeah, ratings are usually about out of 10. So we already have a 3 out of 10.
Okay, I'll do 3 out of 10. Well, see, now that you said that though, the visuals, and I'm thinking on it, and I'm like, you know what? Aesthetically, from an artist point, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So there
Pretty
was some garbage that came back in the '90s. So I mean, because that was like when Asylum and everything else was, it was terrible. But so I'll give that one a 5 out of 10.
decent. See, I've got 3, I've got a 4, I've got a 2. Oh my god.
Come on, guys.
Oh no. I thought I was going to pick one of the people that actually like.
That's
Really,
one thing I love about horror fans, man. Like, it's great. People will love some of my buddies love some dumbass movies. I got a friend who's super into B movies. He was in the chat earlier, and he just tries to make me watch like some of the most garbage in the world. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? And he's like, man, this is hilarious. He's the one that took me to go see The Room. Yeah, I went and seen it like a Riff Tracks live thing. It was ridiculous, man. But so that's one thing I love about horror is it's so split up.
really, yeah.
Oh, we got a 5 from somebody else.
Oh, man.
So what are we gonna do, John? What's your vote?
Honestly, I'd probably give it like an 8.
Ooh.
Yeah, like taking everything into consideration. Yes, there's a lot of stuff where it like rips on other movies and like a little bit, but I thought it was smart. I actually prefer this to Urban Legend. Controversially, I preferred this to Urban Legend. I thought Urban Legend was kind
Lazy.
of too smart for its own good.
It was lazy though.
Lazy, yeah. There was a lot of great people in Urban Legend, but
For sure.
I don't know. I wasn't like the biggest fan of it. But this, I loved it. Fucking loved it. So for me, it's an 8.
Hell yeah, man. But see, I dig it, man. I like it. I'm like, hell yeah, there's a reason why he likes that shit.
Yeah.
You know?
And the ending as well. Ending I thought was very smart.
It was smart. They didn't capitalize on it though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. She comes downstairs, gets shot, and then when they're hugging each other, like I thought it was kind of giving itself away. Like it did give itself away. He was acting super creepy at the end,
right?
And I was like, "Holy shit!" And then when they like fall down the stairs and stuff like that, and like she like, hits him, runs away, and then her friend comes, or the masked killer comes downstairs, and he just like, shoots her right away. And then she's just like, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. And then they were just happily ever after. And then it cuts to they're holding each other. And then it cuts to like the blood just like drips on her face.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Just sitting there just like this like bloody nose. I was like, oh shit.
That'd be a cool painting. Now that I think about it, that would be kind of cool.
Fucking David Boreanaz with blood running down his nose.
Right?
Dig that.
It was good. It was good acting, though. I mean, as far as like the eyes, I mean, I felt it.
Yeah.
So,
because he did start going. Like, again, that's what leads me to believe the whole like him being like wasted the whole time.
right.
I don't think he was. I think he was just like. I feel like he was mentally scarred from that moment in his childhood, and then he kind of just rather than get better, he'll just let it fester, and then he then came grew up, and they alluded to it at one point where they said this is what he would look like now, not taking into consideration plastic surgery. And then they were just like, nah, I'm just gonna play it off. Then yeah, he obviously got plastic surgery, and
Right. Happily ever after.
yeah, and then that happened. And it was funny because the girl that said maybe when he was a kid, like he always remembered that. So he never killed her, but everyone else,
Right.
especially the chick at the end, like he just pinned it on her, the whole thing on her. She was the one that like took him underneath the bleachers and then like said that he attacked her. She essentially got it worse because she just got shot, but she also had the whole thing pinned on her.
Is it just me? Because you're a slasher fan.
Yeah.
Do you hate when slashers shoot?
Yes, I do.
I mean, okay, and you guys don't kill me in the chat. I have not seen Terrifier.
Oh.
Okay, I've not seen very many clown horror movies. I'm not a clown type of guy, but I've heard of a scene that's in it, and I'm like, how do they feel about that?
Yeah, I did a review at Terrifier. I just saw Edgar Sanchez in the chat. What's up, Edgar? We were talking about Valentine, and now we're talking about Terrifier.
Right.
Yeah, I did a review on Terrifier, and that was one of the things that I picked out that I wasn't a fan of. I just felt it was kind of cheap. But
I think maybe I remembered you saying that or something like that, and I'm like, I don't really like when in a slasher movie, like a slasher genre, it's like just pulls out a gun. I'm like, that's not fair.
and it's kind of weird because like he's got this big like huge like garbage bag just full of like all these like handmade weapons and like knives and shit.
Right.
But he goes and reaches out a gun, and it's like it's the coward's way out. It's a quick way out, especially if they're supposed to be this like mentally deranged psycho killer.
Right.
Because like guns are just like quick and easy, just like bang bang.
Like I said, maybe I'm old school, I think. I mean, some people dig it, but I'm like, why? Why did you pull out a gun,
man? Yeah, no, for sure. I totally understand that.
Because if you're gonna go that route, shit, I mean, just start that way. Save yourself some time.
Yeah, just go around with like an AK and then just blast people. And then you're good.
Right. That's apparently what the society's going to anymore in the States.
Exactly.
Right. I mean, you hear about it, all the school shootings. I'm not a big fan of shootings, man. Like, I'm
not a big fan of shootings. I don't think most people.
Nah. Well, but you know what I mean, like in slasher movies, and I don't know. Something about a gun is just weird for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all about using it if that's what you got to do, but I don't like the violence to it. It's weird.
Makes sense.
Not really.
Yeah, not liking it makes sense, but the whole process doesn't make sense. But
right.
It's a conversation for another time.
Right.
But yeah. So everyone hated fucking Valentine.
Right.
Oh.
Hopefully we're being entertaining. There you go. Yes, Edgar, guns are way too ezy. As far as my horror movies are concerned. Obviously, if you're in the military, you need to use a gun.
really, horror movies, if you were to use a gun, like it would be over in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, you wouldn't have a movie. Not really.
Yeah, that's the whole purpose of the whole slasher genre, slash people with knives.
It's about a lot about that, and with this being slasher, I'm glad you brought me on this weekend. It's like it goes deep, man. Slashers is like some psychological stuff. I mean, like The Burning.
Mhm.
I mean, to imagine what that guy felt like, that revenge. That was some pretty deep revenge, almost
Yeah,
more than Pamela Voorhees.
for sure. And most of these slasher movies, they all stem from some sort of childhood trauma that they're getting revenge for. Even if it's not the people that actually did it, it's people
Right.
who mimic those ones, and that's kind of like real life horror, because mostly when there is situations like that, it's typically a family member. I watched a documentary somewhere, and it's like if you wanted to get away with murder, you would just kill a random person in the street.
Random, yeah. Well, I
Yeah,
mean, if you look up any serial killer or anything like that, documentaries, that's really what it becomes.
yeah.
I mean, they have a type, but it's a randomness to it.
Mhm.
That's how, like, a lot of the, Dahmers, things like that got away with it for so long, is because these people were unknown.
For sure. And then it was usually it's because they've done something in their neighborhood, or like a family, someone, a friend or a family member,
Right.
and then that's what gets them caught. Typically,
Yep.
get too cocky.
Too cocky. You get too, what is it, like BTK killer. I mean, they didn't find that guy for forever.
Yeah, and
And
then
he just got sloppy. He got sloppy. And they all do. It's because it's the madness takes over.
for sure. Oh yeah,
It's like a drug, man. You're trying to feed the addiction, and when you no longer can get the same high, you got to keep intensifying it, and you lose control.
yeah, yeah. Oh, we got 7. Hell yeah, Edgar Sanchez
Mm.
was about 7 out of 10. Yeah, Valentine.
Cropsy's revenge was justified. Unfortunately, targeted innocent people
Yep.
pretty much, but so are Friday the 13th.
Yeah, Friday the 13th.
So is Nightmare on Elm Street. You know what I mean? I got a funny story about Nightmare on Elm Street. Hopefully, my buddy Sammy watches this.
Please.
I'll get into it. But I need to let Al or David hear that one.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll for anyone that's just joined now, Al and David. David's going to be coming on probably like a couple minutes. He's just at work. His lunch hour is like in a few minutes, and then Al's at something called a quince. I don't know what that means, or a quince. If anyone knows
We
that,
wish we were there, though. We wish we were there.
yeah,
He's partying it up.
it looks like a lot of fun. He was there at some like Renaissance festival today, so I'm just gonna message him and see if he would like me to send him a link. And oh, but yeah, Valentine, fucking great movie.
John gives it an 8. I gave it a 5. Chat is pretty much saying they hate it. So
Yeah, that's fine, because I
hey,
think
it's
there's going to be
good, man.
controversy when it comes to the ratings of the other movies.
Every horror fan's different. I'm about it.
It's like Victoria.
So what kind of questions you got, man? Ask me some funny shit. Like, let's get funny with it.
Honestly, I didn't think of any questions, but
Oh,
we'll start light. You're obviously from like an art background.
yes.
What are some of your influences?
All right. Batman.
Yeah.
Batman. Man, as a kid, I was real big into, like, I had a real creative imagination. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but I had a pretty rough childhood growing up. And my escape was comic books and graphic novels. And, when I would dream and stuff, I would have those, I'd build these worlds in my mind. And, it was my version of Batman, and it was my version of Aliens and Predator, and, these big, great things that I watched. And
Yeah.
I love different outlooks on the characters. And so I got invested into Batman. I got into the art. And from there, I was like, oh hey, I can learn to tattoo and make money, and I started doing that, and then I hated that for the 3 years I did that because I was doing stamps, you know, processing tramp stamps, butterfly, this, that. I'm like, I want to do art, man. Like, I want to paint. I want to, and I've been getting into the digital world the last 3 years. And, that's when I started my Instagram. And I do whatever interests me, man. If I got a crazy ass ideas for some pottery, I'll design it and see what's up.
Nice.
But Batman, that's where it started.
Batman. Like you said, there was more graphic novels.
Yeah, I love graphic novels, man. The artwork,
like the Frank Miller stuff.
See, I get a lot of shit for that. I'm not a big fan of that art. I was a big fan of the '90s art, like Spawn.
Right.
Where they had like a 12 pack, which doesn't even exist on a human being, But Spawn is ripped, and like Wolverine was all jacked, and like I don't know, it was just something fantastical about it. I grew up kind of seeing that everywhere, and like I just really got into it. I like the dark imagery of stuff, but then again, I have if you go to my Instagram, a lot of my stuff is very neon colored and black light, UV reactive, and I dig colors, but then it's usually darker material. Usually, a lot of movies that I watch pop culture, but good old Batman.
Good old Batman. Yeah, I've got the Batman logo right here.
Nice. I got it was a cover up, but yeah, Dark Knight logo. It's like it's burned into my skin.
That's cool.
But,
yeah, mine was the '90s like Michael Keaton Batman logo.
Oh yeah.
That's what mine is.
It reminds me more of the animated show, though. Just the logo. Just I remember it being like I watched the shit out of the animated cartoon.
Oh, same. I watched the show, the animated cartoon, the X-Men cartoon.
Yeah, same animator.
Man cartoon. Fucking loved all of them. And Kevin Conroy is just great.
Oh yeah. He did the games too, I think, didn't
he? Did, yeah, Mark Hamill too.
Yeah. Mark Hamill. Amazing. And he's not Mark Hamill, but oh my god. I can't remember the name. The Reanimator. Dr. Herbert West.
Oh,
Jeffrey Combs. He plays Scarecrow.
Is that right? I did not know.
I believe the third season. He's the voice of Scarecrow. Man, it's fucked up. Like it was pretty dark back then. So yeah, I love that imagery.
Yeah, man. I was getting into watching the animated series again, like maybe a couple of years ago. I started binging the X-Men, and I was binging the Batman ones. Those are again nostalgia because the '90s, that's when they came out. So
it's like going back and watching Transformers. It's like, what the hell was this show about? You're like, but I love it. Why?
Same. Everyone loves, like, they love what they love, and that's
right.
That's the best part about it all.
What's your views on the new Joker? Have you seen that?
I have, yeah. I'm actually quite excited to see what's going to happen. I think, do you know what I think's happened here? I think the pictures that have came out where like before he goes like full Joker, so people are taking judgment on that, and I feel like it might be different from what we're actually seeing right now, or that's what I think's going to happen.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
like I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be because they have you seen the shot of him in the phone booth? It was TMZ that got the footage. But he's in a phone booth and he's got like this fake clown, like bald cap with the hair on, and he starts like sobbing and stuff, like he just got bad news, and he's got that makeup on that you see him in the subway. So I'm wondering if that is the progression of what he will soon become. You know,
right? And
very good.
Joaquin Phoenix is a great actor.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think he's great at transforming into different people.
And he can rap like a motherfucker.
That's debatable.
I'll never forget seeing that, and I'm like, please tell me he didn't lose his mind. And then come to find out it's some mockumentary thing he was doing.
Yeah, yeah. It was a mockumentary, but it was still weird because like a lot of people didn't know about it,
Right.
and he was going on these like talk shows and being like extremely fucking weird to people. And
When I seen it, I was like, I remember him in Walk the Line, and I was looking, I'm like, this motherfucker done lost his shit. Like, this is great. You know, it's kind of like watching Donald Trump being in office. Like, this is fantastic. You know, you guys let fucking the Looney Tunes in the fucking helm. They're driving the fucking bus now.
oh god, I was waiting. I was wondering when that would come out,
What,
Mister President.
Mr. President? Hey,
It's,
man.
it's been however many shows we've done. I don't think we really spoke about it.
Like I said, I won't get too much into politics, but being in America is being in America. And our president is not a representation of who we are as a country. But we have a lot of lazy people in this country. Plain simple. We had independence back in the day over a tea tax. And now we're worrying about this guy talking about grabbing pussy on Twitter. It's like, come on, man. You know, you used to be able to like be proud and tell your kids like, maybe you'll be president one day. Not with that. But hey, it's fun to watch. It's like going to the circus, man. Da, 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 da. That's my political view, man. I ain't one side or the other. I just have fun watching it. Watch it all burn.
Makes sense.
No, it doesn't make sense. It makes me a terrible countryman. But I try my best, guys. I'm out here doing the best good I can.
Good for you. Yeah, David said he's just finishing up and should be coming in shortly.
Sorry if I jump around topics, man. I have fun.
Oh no, that's fine.
Trying to kill time a little bit, see if they're going to jump in. Here's one for you, man. We can discuss this, just me and you. Hold on, what? Okay, we'll just do this. You said you got the Mondo. You've seen some of the Mondo posters at TFW.
Yes.
What is your favorite alternate poster that you have seen?
That's a great question.
You know, like from Shout Factory and
yeah. Ooh. Do you know what? Right? Maybe not poster, but I was talking about this last night with Ben from Fright Rags. My favorite artwork that they ever did was the Nightbreed.
Of course.
The Nightbreed T-shirt that they did. It was all purple.
They need to reprint it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, that's my favorite artwork. I hope they reprint it because I really want to get it.
Right. Yeah, I watched the interview, man. I'm sure the rights process was a pain in the ass.
Well, I think they still have the rights to it, which is good. They just want to. They just didn't reprint for a long time, and it was just one that they just hadn't really focused on for a while. So he mentioned it last night. They're going to do some other stuff with Nightbreed, which is exciting. He also said they had Die Hard, which will be interesting because you can't.
Oh, that's right. You were saying they couldn't use buildings. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
That's gonna be. What would you put in that movie?
I mean, there's
Maybe the
also
helicopter scene where you can't see his face. I don't know.
possibly. Yeah, it's probably going to be scenes where you can't see his face, but they can
Right.
use like the outline of him. You know?
Nice.
Apparently my cat's been drooling, so the chair's soaking wet.
My dog's around here somewhere. He's around here somewhere. Yeah, I got a little. He's called a Dorky.
A dorky.
Yeah, I just found that out. It's a Yorkie and a Dachshund mix, like a wiener dog.
Nice.
So he's like, I call him a hairy wiener. He's got a drinking problem, man. He drinks water way too much. So I think he's like diabetic.
Right.
So he just like keeps drinking and drinking. And I'm like, dude, stop, stop, stop. And then he throws up, and then I'm like, this is great. Thank you. It's like a child. It's great.
Yeah.
I love my dog though.
I think they get like kidney problems.
Yeah.
So that could be why. Maybe that's why they drink water.
I don't know. He gets it all the time. He's getting some right now. Like he ain't never had a drink of water. Oh man. So yeah, that's your favorite art?
It's one of my favorite ones from TFW specifically. The Child's Play 2 one.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. I loved the I loved that poster, and it was funny. I was saying last night as well that I was on the same flight as Gary Pullen.
Yeah, dude. What? What?
Yeah, I had
Just
no idea who he was.
have you met him?
I bumped like he was standing next to me when I was waiting to get my flight to Texas, and he was talking to some guy, and he said Mondo, and he said Texas Frightmare, and I was like, who's this guy? And on that note, David appears.
David, speaking of Green.
Hold on, I'm trying to get off of Wi-Fi because fucking I'm too far from it. Okay, am I good?
You're good.
What up, dude?
All right, what up?
There we go.
Y'all gonna sit here and watch me eat this sexy ass sandwich?
Oh
What
yeah.
did you go for?
The what?
What did you go for?
I just got a sandwich out of the vending machine, dude. Like I have a soup upstairs that I brought with me, but I was too lazy to make it. So
What about that Pennywise though?
what Pennywise?
On your shirt.
On your T-shirt.
Oh yeah, look, check it out. There he is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm liking it.
thank you. So what are y'all talking about?
We were just talking about artwork. For the TFW, like the Mondo posters. What's your favorite alternative artwork?
That's a good question. I don't know. When you say alternative, well, I mean, I like Ghostbusters.
Good Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
But when you say alternative, do you mean like a parody?
No, not like a parody. Like like the
Shout Factory
prints and like Shout Factory, like Scream Factory shit.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's not like the movie poster or the DVD cover. It's like an alternative artwork. Like the alternative cover for Terrifier is fucking great, by the way.
I will say that it looks like Grindhouse, like old school.
Yeah.
There was a Mondo print that came out. I think it was last month or the month before. They were at some fucking convention, and they put out a Ghostbusters one, and I wanted that motherfucker so bad. But if you go and try and order it online, like on eBay, it's like triple the price for that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're hard to get, man.
Yeah.
For sure. You need to like be at the convention and like first in line to fucking get them. Which I never understood why the Nightbreed one didn't sell out at TFW because it was
They had a Nightbreed one?
Yeah.
I thought you just had the normal movie poster.
No, that's the Mondo print.
Mm-hmm.
You want to hook me up?
You know, honestly, they might actually still have it on the website. That's where I got it. I never got it at TFW. I stupidly didn't get it, and
I
then
can't believe they didn't sell out.
me neither, because it was. I think it was the most limited. The one that sold out was the Texas Chainsaw one with like the different colored,
The rainbow colored one. Yeah.
the rainbow
Right.
colored TCM one.
Child's Play one was really good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got the Child's Play one, the part 2.
and that's what I was saying. I was saying just before he came in, the guy that made that, I was on the same flight as him coming into Texas, because he's from Hamilton, Ontario, and he was going to TFW. And I found out last night that apparently he did the Fright Rags logo
Oh, nice.
with like the fangs, because apparently it was just font based before, and then like he's like, I really want a logo that's like Ghoulish Gary, like Gary Pullen. Why don't I just get Gary Pullen to do it? I'm like,
Right.
because you're fucking smart, dude. Yeah. What's up, Jason?
Yeah, Gary's amazing, man. He does good work.
He does good work. Yeah, David, did you watch any of the movies for this week?
That's gonna be a no from me, just because I just didn't have time with the work schedule. But I was watching My Bloody Valentine while I was on the clock right now. I got about halfway through it, but I remember it though. Like I couldn't tell the difference between which one was which, right? So I started watching it, and the guy from Supernatural came out on it. So right away, it
Right.
triggered the memory, and so I remember that movie now.
I remember when I see Tom Atkins.
I had no idea.
Is he the one with the beanie?
Tom Atkins is the old detective. That
Yeah,
gets
he's
Oh, the old detective.
Yeah, he's one of the old detectives that.
He's in Halloween 3.
Not a fan of Halloween 3.
I knew
Don't
that.
shoot.
I like it for a movie. I just don't like the fact that it's a Halloween movie. It's like, just call it Season of the Witch, man.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that have just like skipped a beat in their heart right now because I said that. So
Oh yeah, people had a heart murmur. But
Yeah.
it's like sacrilegiously just berate their movie.
Okay, I mean, but let's get real though. I mean, a hokey ass movie. I mean, it's like Ernest Scared Stupid level of kind of storyline.
yeah, that's a
But
good way to put it.
I appreciate it because like Hocus Pocus and Goosebumps, so I get it. But come on, guys. It wouldn't win awards right now. Let's get real.
I would rather watch Hocus Pocus than that.
Am I right?
Yeah.
I want a remake, or at least bring him back. Get me some Bette Midler.
Hell yeah.
Hocus Pocus was the only movie where what's her face? That was in Sex and the City. What's her name?
Oh, Sarah Jessica Parker.
Parker. That's the only time she ever looked attractive in her life. Was in Hocus Pocus.
Right.
Yeah, she was pretty hot in that. Not so much in Sex and the City. I saw a few episodes of that.
She looked like a horse in Sex and the City. Looked like a horse.
She looked like a horse. She looked like a horse. Wilbur.
She looked like Art the Clown without makeup on. That big ass fucking beak horse, man. Big Bird. Like, if Big Bird had all his feathers plucked, that's what it looked like.
Damn.
I'm gonna get in trouble, man. I'm gonna get in trouble. I know some people who are like Sex and the City diehard fans.
Well, I thought you're gonna get in trouble. Like, I don't think Sarah Jessica Parker watches our show, so I think we're good.
I hope she does. I love you.
If we get an email tomorrow, we'll know.
Yeah.
If you get an interview, let me know.
I'll try.
Hey, that'd be pretty dope though. One of the Sanderson sisters.
Bette Midler on here.
Ooh.
Dude, you know who I want to try and get is Kathy Bates, dude.
Kathy Bates.
Just because she played the butcher in Roanoke on American Horror Story.
I haven't seen that.
It's pretty
I
good.
haven't seen Roanoke.
Been in a lot of seasons of American Horror Story.
I stopped at 3.
Yeah.
I actually had to go back in the last month and watch what was it? It was the Freak Show and the hotel one because I totally just skipped those. I tried to watch the first episodes, and at the time, I just wasn't interested.
I started watching Hotel and I just lost interest.
It just gets so crazy, man.
Coven's
like
Coven,
Yeah.
Coven was good, but that
I like
Asylum one.
too.
Well, Asylum was good in certain parts, but when they were like, "Oh, hey, we got aliens probing us," I'm like, "Wow, dude, you guys like literally episode 2, we got aliens probing motherfuckers."
Yeah.
Like, we went too far.
Like Asylum for me. Asylum for me. The last like few episodes, I was like, "Why am I still watching this?" And then it got to the part where Zachary Quinto reveals that he is the fucking killer and like drops her in his fucking underground basement dungeon shit. And then I'm invested. And then it goes to like them talking about aliens again. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Right? That's what I'm saying. As soon as they said aliens, I'm like, hold on. Like,
yeah,
you guys got me fucked up. I'm missing an episode somewhere.
They should have had an X-Files crossover for that episode and bring in Mulder and Scully.
Oh shit! Right? I'd watch that real quick.
I didn't see the last one. What was the last American Horror Story?
Oh, that was Roanoke. No, it was
Hotel.
No,
No.
the last one was a political one.
Yeah.
Cult was the last one.
Cult. I'm interested in that one. I heard Apocalypse is showing some. Yeah, I just said that it's showing some promise. So
I'm interested in a Chucky show. Fuck the remake.
Yeah, fuck the remake.
That would be pretty cool.
I'm interested to see the show as well.
Dan, he just needs to. Dan, what am I talking about? Don Mancini. Yeah, he needs to.
Don's a cool guy, man. He's super nice. When we were at TFW, he was in line in front of me and Al. I was waiting to get some food, and he was getting like a coffee, and he was standing in front of us, and I was like, "Yo, that's fucking Don Mancini." He's like, "Oh, is it?" I'm like, "Yeah, man." And then this guy walks past, and he's got this like replica, like perfect replica of the Child's Play, like Chucky doll.
Good guy. Oh, that's right. They were posing with the pictures.
And he's walking around with it, and Don Mancini clocks, and he's like, "That's fucking brilliant." He's like, "Can we get a picture?" And then he's like, the guy's like, "Sure." So Don Mancini pulls out his phone, and he's just like, right there when he's waiting to get his Starbucks. I'm waiting to like pay for my food.
They had the actual doll there, though, right?
They had two. They had one from Cult of Chucky and one from Child's Play 2.
Has the ones from Tots come out yet?
No, probably they'll come out next year because everyone told me they were going to come out like around about now. They're probably going to come out next year because they're fucking full of shit. David, I'm going to ask this right now. What is your thoughts on the new Halloween mask from Trigger Fruit Studios?
To be honest, I really don't give a shit about the mask. I would give a shit about if the movie's going to be good or not.
Heard that. Amen. I am ready.
I really don't give a shit how the mask looks. The mask looks, I mean, it looks a little different, but I mean, it looks fine. I mean, it still reminds me of Michael Myers. That's the important part.
I mean, like, not the mask from the movie, but the Trick or Treat Studios version that they're pushing on people for like $60.
That one I have not seen. Hold on. I can't use my phone. I'm using my phone, but David, I have not seen that one yet. Wait, maybe you did. Didn't you show it to me in the chat the other day?
I think I did.
It would look like a fucking busted condom or some shit, right?
The first 10 that I seen were decent, and then it's like the detail paint just went to garbage. The hair still looks fine, but it's like, come on, guys! Like the movie's not even out yet.
You know, right? The best description I gave it was earlier on, and it looks like if you jizzed in a white towel, folded it over, left it under your bed for about 2 or 3 weeks, and then remembered, and then you're like, I'm going to jerk off again. You pull it out, and then you like crack that thing open again, and it's like faded, like slow, rusty, like cracks in it and shit. That's what it looks like.
Spot on, John.
Did you say busted a nut on it again? Hashtag crusty mask.
Hashtag crusty with a K.
There you go. There you go.
Oh my god.
Perfect representation. Perfect.
Thank you.
Al found one that looked like it was eating asshole, man. The lips were all blacked out.
Oh, it was from Wish. I told him when he was making that video, he was like, "I need to find like busted ass ones." I'm like, "You need to look on Wish, man, because like that's where all the fakes are." He's like, "Oh yeah."
Dude, it was so bad. I almost bought it because of how bad it was. Like I need to have this.
You know, I downloaded that Wish app one time, dude, and I saw that it was fucking bullshit, so I deleted it. And still to this fucking day, it has to be at least a year already. In my junk mail, they're just sending me shit, dude. It's like, but I'm too lazy to unsubscribe, so I
You know
guess
what's
that
funny?
falls on me.
I got this hat from Wish.
Nice.
Hey,
So
It took 6 weeks to get here.
6 weeks from Japan
Yep, I like Chinese.
or a little village in Cambodia. It's like, where the hell did this come from?
Pretty much, yeah. That's where it comes from.
I've gotten a few things from there, man, and it's like, dude, this doesn't even make sense. Like the writing, the kanji on it, it's from like 6 different places. I'm like, all right.
That's that's where I got my bottle opening ring.
is that what? Wait, did you say your butthole ring?
My butthole.
I didn't know Wish went down that road.
It
I didn't
probably
even know they made those.
The sphincter pincter.
Oh my god, that's good. That's good. That's really good.
brilliant. But yeah, my ring that you
Oh,
remember-
the bottle opener.
yeah, the bottle opener.
Now I can see why it sounds like butthole. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right.
Butthole opener. But yeah, that's where I got that from. I got it from Wish. I got it for free because I'd signed up. So like, here's a free gift. I'm like, okay, just pay shipping. I'm like, how much is shipping? It's like 15 cents.
$30.
I paid 15 cents for that bottle ring. And it was
I mean, that wasn't the best 15 cents you ever spent, though.
That's the cheapest butthole ring I've ever heard of.
Hell yeah. And it's got a hole in it, you know, in case you got to take a shit. I mean, that's perfect.
What more can you ask? That's like heaven.
Perfect. Right there, the butthole.
So what's next? The next movie?
Well, I think we should talk about My Bloody Valentine 3D because David kind of watched it, so
Yeah, I remembered parts of it. Like, it started reminding me that, you know, the fucking miner in the fucking mine. So, this movie, I don't know, dude. I mean, it just seems kind of like one of those 2000 teen movies. I mean, you know, because of the actors that were in it at the time.
yeah, it was one of those 2000s remakes when remakes were a thing.
Yeah.
Like Friday the 13th remake did very well, and I enjoyed it.
Same year, wasn't it? They came out.
I feel like it might have been. I think it was 2009.
Yeah. I feel like I went and seen them both in like a double feature at a drive-in.
Right. I saw Friday the 13th on Friday the 13th because I was dating someone at the time, and we went for Valentine's Day because it was the next day.
Oh,
it was
I did too.
February,
I
Friday
did too.
the 13th. So we went to that. It was my choice. I'm like, we're gonna go and see Friday the 13th. I don't give a fuck. So we saw it, and I was like, oh my god, this was really, really fun. I really enjoyed myself watching it. And then
Perfect nipple placement.
oh yeah. Oh,
That line is so funny, dude. I laughed.
and you know, shortly after that, I used that line. I said that someone's tits were stupendous.
Did it work?
Nope. And then she left me. No, just kidding.
Like the same night, damn. Cold-blooded.
In that instance, I was like, nah, fuck that shit. This guy's a fucking weirdo. I need to leave.
I can see that. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. I was for the longest time I was just genuinely curious to see how the remake played out, because I do enjoy the first, like the original My Bloody Valentine. I really enjoyed it.
Never seen the original.
The original's good. They had like a throwback to the original with like the chick in the dryer. Because in the original, I think it's in they're in the laundromat and they throw like some woman in the dryer, and she gets all melted and shit. So they did that in the remake with like the maid or the nanny.
Now, see, that was in the original one. I have I don't have the Blu-ray of it, but I have the DVD, the special edition, around the same time that the new movie, the remake came out. Well, like I guess that's an extension, like all the gore in that, because in the original cut of the movie, it cuts as soon as you just see her like flop out. It's like boom. Right. But the remake was like, hey, let's extend this scene and actually make something with it. It was pretty cool.
Interesting. I don't know how I felt about it, really. I think this is going to be like what Valentine is to you, where I told you about all these great scenes in it. I wasn't really a fan of Bullet. Like, I always kept saying Bullet for My Valentine. That's a lie. It's My Bloody Valentine.
Bullet for My Valentine.
I kept calling it Bullet for My Valentine. I'm like, oh, I'm going to watch Bullet for My Valentine tonight. I'm like, no,
yeah.
I'm not. No, I'm not. Because they have this.
Nobody wants to watch that.
Yeah, I know they want to watch that shit. Okay,
no wasted potential.
Speak of this again.
Those are Mel. God, the 40's hitting me. I'm halfway through, guys.
Chug a lug.
I'm smearing off ice down and rum and coke.
I was wondering what that was. I thought it was absinthe.
No, I wish. I don't drink like that, man. I'll smoke green, but no.
Amen to smoking green.
Yes, sir. They need to bring it to Ohio.
I'm still wishing for it in Texas, man. All we got is CBD. That's better than nothing.
We're just now approving that.
It's coming legal in Canada soon.
It's not legal in Canada?
I don't think it's legal everywhere.
Probably just for medical.
Yeah, I think it's medical's legal, I think. But they're going to be starting, I think it's in Niagara Falls, they're going to be starting the first ever college class where you can learn how to grow weed.
Ooh.
See, now that's a college course I would take.
Yeah.
Right? Dude, it's interesting as fuck, too. I remember botany class.
What's CBD?
CBD is the non-psychoactive part of the plant. It's like got the medicinal benefits for like inflammation, diabetes, shit like that.
Victoria said it's going to be legal October 17th. Where at? Ohio?
Canada.
Oh,
okay.
Ohio?
Ohio?
Ohio? Where did I miss that?
Y'all say Ohio?
Right.
Yeah,
we've been lining up.
My Bloody Valentine. I didn't like the ending. I don't like it. I hated the 3D gags because I watched it in 2D. So the 3D gags were like every couple of minutes, and it pissed me off. It annoyed me.
I got the 3D glasses. I got the edition with the 3D glasses.
Right. See, I don't have it. I don't have a 3D TV or anything, or the version where you get the glasses with it. But I just watched it online.
I'm trying to understand the physics of that. Like, back in the day when we still got VHSs, there was that Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare that came with the 3D glasses. How did that work on VHS?
It was garbage is how that worked. Let's get real. That's got blew up by a pipe bomb.
What a way to go, right? You're this fucking supernatural being and you just get fucking blown up by a pipe bomb.
Dude, they tell you in the theater, like right before the third act, like, put on your special dream glasses. Like, the fuck is this, reading Rainbow? What the fuck?
You're gonna see the dude from Star Trek come out.
Right. Oh God.
Tony. Yeah, what's up, Tony? My boy.
What up, Tony?
But yeah, dude, my Bloody Valentine 3D. I enjoyed it.
I wanted to. I really wanted to.
Dude, there's a midget.
Oh, there's a midget.
Yeah, there's
I mean, she straight gets the pickaxe through the throat and into a light bulb. I'm like, holy shit!
Throws her at the ceiling. I did like that.
It's like how many midgets does it take to screw in a light bulb? Just one midget and a miner with an axe pick.
I like that part in the beginning where the dude was scaring the shit out of the girl, and then he's just there laughing, and then his fucking eyeball just pops out.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that was like, I think that was like a rip off of Friday the 13th.
I thought he was a cyborg at first because it just like looked like a piece of metal behind it. Right. And then, he turns and you see the guy with the pickaxe and it's like, oh, okay.
It's kind of like that shovel in the mouth in the beginning with that girl. Yeah. You see it slide towards it. It's like, it's a little played up too much.
David would give this a higher score because relatively quickly there's a lot of nudity.
Oh, yeah, straight up.
Full bush. Well, not bush, but
full bush.
Full vagina.
And like, she's not a God-fearing woman. She's running out like, she's out there in the storm like, motherfucker.
So,
camera.
I think I should give it 2 points for the vagina and the titties.
That's a
I would say that constitutes as 2. You got a bush and boobs like in the first act, yeah. But they were kind of like pathetic boobs and stuff. I kind of felt bad for them. I was like, that's fucked up, because I'm all about women's rights and stuff. I'm like, this guy's a dick. Like, he's pulling some brazier shit.
No shit, right? Oh, good stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I felt mixed about it. Like, when I was watching, I was like the 3D guys, they pissed me off a lot. But I understand why they did it. There was a lot of them because they were just going to be a lot of fucking.
They needed a gimmick.
3D.
They needed to be different.
Definitely needed a gimmick. If they're something, then yeah, that makes sense.
And if I'm right, I mean, comments tell me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was 2009, same year as the remake of Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
And that movie had a strong 15-minute opening. I mean, if you look at the first 15 minutes of Friday the 13th, I mean, that's pretty much Friday the 13th for you. I mean, it's intense, it's over the top, and it's like, okay, so what are we going to do that's going to stand out different? Okay, 3D.
That's very true.
Unfortunately, the slasher genre, as we all know, can be kind of gimmicky. The mask and the knives and the, So yeah, it was a gimmick, kind of like Jaws 3,
Got to try and be creative, but
right. Unfortunately, Hollywood sees slashers. Well, hopefully it'll change this year with Halloween dropping, but see slashers as cash cows as opposed to serious content.
Sure. But anyway, anyone in the chat, put your ratings for My Bloody Valentine 3D 2009.
Did we give ours?
No, we just kind of let them do it, and then
okay.
We give the word to do it, and then we just kind of talk about it. I'll give my rating first. I'm probably gonna give it like a 5 or a 6. It wasn't horrible. I did prefer the original, but it wasn't horrible. There was some points. They were pretty good, but it wasn't my favorite movie of all time. So I'll probably give it a 6. It wasn't trash, but it wasn't groundbreaking. So I'll give it a 6.
It's like a ride, it's kind of like The Predator. I don't know what you guys' thoughts. I've seen that, but it was a fun ride. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. There's some crazy shit that happens, but it's a fun ride, and where you're like, all right, I see where you're going. I kind of wish they would have continued with a sequel.
What I don't understand is when a year before this movie came out, they were talking about it, that there was going to be more dialogue and backstory about the history of the Predator, and I didn't see none of that shit.
Yeah. They just,
Oh,
They
no.
just did it.
They didn't go too far into
No.
details. I mean,
No, they didn't.
they knew from like, you know, previous experiences like Predator 1 and 2 what it was and, you know, what it does, but you know, there's no origin on what planet it comes from, why it, you know, I mean, you know why it comes there, to hunt, you know, for sport.
I think with the ending, they were trying to set up like a possible Predator homeland, like where it looks like a fucking Transformer. The ending. I'm sorry if I spoiled that for anybody. It's a fucking Transformer with dreadlocks. Let's get real.
Yeah, basically. But I mean, it
it
was
looks
still
like
fun, the kills and everything. I mean, it was still fun.
oh yeah, like it's just a good fun ride, and that's
Yeah.
kind of like how I see My Bloody Valentine. You know, it's especially because I'm a huge fan of the original My Bloody Valentine. I actually didn't see that until I got out of high school. I think I was like 18, 19. And when I seen it, I was like, man, I dig this miner aesthetic because I'm from the Midwest, you know, Ohio. I mean, I've lived in Tampa and stuff like that. But, you know, so that's like it's kind of like Halloween for me, you know. Every town that I live in looks like fucking Haddonfield. So it's kind of like, well, every town looks like, what's the town called in My Bloody Valentine? It's like a Valentine, some kind of stupid quote. It's like Hearts Love Town or some shit.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I remember. Yeah.
But it just looks like like a blue collar town.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Tom Atkins was good in it. I enjoyed.
Oh yeah.
Fucking, he's the man.
Getting that jaw removed.
Yeah. So we'll get some ratings in the chat. We have a 7 from Josh, 6 from Phil, 7 from Sharp Perfection. Jason gave it 6 bushes out of 10.
6 bushes out of 10.
There you
5
go.
out of 10.
Represent the bush.
4.5 out of 10.
Bearded Slasher said Butthole Ring Town. Is that the town name?
No, that's the town where I'm from, apparently. Butthole Ring.
Oh, Ring. I thought it said hollering. Like a hologram.
Like a butt hologram.
Right.
Nice. 7, and then we got a 2. Natalie, nice.
For me, I'd say it's like a 7.
7. Yeah, I mean,
7.5.
that's not too far off from what I get. Like, it's 6 is, I think 6 is modest. Like, it's not, I fucking hate this. If I hated it, I'd give it like a 0.5, but I didn't.
The original for me, especially with like the kind of like folk song at the end that they sing, was like really cool. And it kind of gave that old feel to it. So that's like a 9 for me. So yeah, I think 7. 7's good. It was a good modest try.
That's decent. David, what would you give it from what you've seen?
So from what I remember and what I've seen so far of players, I'll give it a 4, but since we're going to give it that 2-point increase, it's going to be a 6.
Nice.
6. I can respect a 6.
6. Respectable. Yeah, so I think you didn't watch Alice, Sweet Alice.
No. And my face was on that, dude. I intended to watch it last night, but as soon as I got home, dude, I was out.
Hey, man.
I started watching it as well. It's a long fucking movie.
Really? How long is it?
It's almost 2 hours long.
It's not really a
that's not too bad.
slasher.
I was going to say, is it Lord of the Rings long?
It's not really a slasher, though.
Yeah.
It's like a drama.
Yeah, agreed. So yeah, let's talk about Alice, Sweet Alice. Like,
right?
What were your thoughts on it? You can go first.
Who, David or me?
You, Bobby. Because David.
Oh, that's right. David didn't even watch it. Duh.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Brooke Shields.
Young Brooke Shields.
Young Brooke Shields. We're talking like at the top of her game, Brooke Shields, guys.
You have my attention.
You know, so well, here's the problem. She's in it for like 2 minutes.
What? Come on.
She gets killed quick.
Yeah, that's the start of the whole premise of the movie. Is trying to figure out who killed Karen. Karen is Brooke Shields when she's like fucking super young, so it's not as if it's like, oh, like.
So is this kind of like a murder mystery?
Yeah,
but it's a drama. It's very weird, very very weird.
It's like an artsy murder mystery slasher,
right?
Religious movie.
It's a slasher because it shows blood for 1976 when it came out.
And
so it's like, ooh.
I'll check it out when I got time. My girl even said that, I should check it out. She said it was pretty good. So,
well, like, not to. I'm sorry, I didn't interrupt today.
No, go for it.
Okay, but like for me personally, like the murder, obviously the burned during mass, at the very beginning, the murder in the Catholic Church it's pretty iconic. As far as the scene, like you'll remember it. Just kind of like the ending of the movie, for sure, is another iconic scene in the church, which John probably vaguely remembers or remembers in his dreams. Because for some reason I was watching that and like I remember, I have nightmares of that, of the priest getting the knife in his neck. It's I don't know. Yeah, at the very very end, like when all has been revealed. I mean, I'm not gonna like spoil alert for anybody, but you think it's a certain person through most of this, and you would be like, "Oh, I'm for sure it's them," and then by the end, you're like, "The fuck."
Yeah, I felt what the fuck, because the end should have been the end. Like if that was the end with like the reveal, I would have been disappointed.
Right.
But then they continued for like another like half hour.
Yeah, it's like midway through the movie. It's like second act.
Yeah, like drawn out of them trying to catch this person.
Right.
And I felt that was kind of weird. Like there was a lot of. It was like if there was a book. If there was a book, there would have been an accurate representation of the book, where there was a lot of details where.
Stephen King novel.
Yeah, it was like a lot of details where there didn't really need to be details. It was supposed to be a slasher. There was too much of a story for it to be a slasher, I felt.
I agree.
And it was them trying to figure out who killed this little girl, because she's just about to go out for a communion, and she's got this weird fucking sister, and then the weird like landlord who's like a big fucking fat piece of shit. He's also kind of a child molester.
I don't know. He had a face that looked like, man, you just want to punch it. You ever meet people like that? It's like, you might be cool, but I just want to hit you in the face. Just
every day.
Just once. Sure. Yeah, he had that kind of face, like you just need to get knocked out.
That body type too. It was just like his head was too small.
Head's growing out of the couch.
He looked like Pinhead, David, like from Puppet Master.
Really?
Oh,
yeah.
You're talking about the one with the sweater?
This like fucking this head and this big ass body.
Right. Cone head.
Fucking man hands. That's exactly what he fucking looked like. He looked like Pinhead.
Right.
And that was
I'll never unsee that.
Yeah. And there was a scene where she kills a cat. It was justified. Oh, yeah. It was justified because he was probably about to like do some like creepy ass fucking molestation shit.
So not cool.
Grabbed one of his cats and she's like, "You let me go right now and fucking kill this cat." I mean, I'm not down with cat killing, but if I was gonna be fucking molested by some big ass fucking pinhead looking motherfucker,
if I'm not down with cat killing,
I'd do what I have to do.
Uncle Fester was in this movie.
Yeah, he looks like Uncle Fester with like a mustache and eyebrows.
Oh shit!
He looks like Uncle Fester when he goes to bed and he like takes off his like long ass robe and he's got like a wife beater tank top and like slacks on. That's
He
what.
looks like it's the pedophile uncle of Mr. Clean.
Yeah. Yeah. Mr. Clean's swole because Mr. Clean was molested by his fucking uncle, who is this.
Right. I'm just gonna make sure that shit is nice and clean for sure.
Mhm. Oh yeah. But it was just it was good, like for the time. It was good, but there was too much to think about.
16 millimeter.
Yeah, it was in 16 mil.
Old.
Yeah, it was old. Um, Too much to think about. Fucking so long for a slasher movie. Like a lot of people were telling me that this was like the fucking best one that we picked.
Oh no.
I feel really bad for saying that. Like,
It's fun to talk about.
I had to skip through parts. Like I watched like 90% of this, 90% of the movie, and I was like, I just need to get to the end because like it was pushing on time, and I was like, fuck the fucking end. Like I know who the killer is. Like it was one of those ones where it's like you know who the killer is, but no one else knows who the killer is. But then they do know, and then it's like the police are kind of involved, and it's the priest is like, "Yeah, I'll get her out," and then she whips the fucking butcher,
World's dumbest priest.
fucking pops him in the neck.
World's dumbest priest.
World's dumbest priest, yeah.
Right? Like, did you not think that was gonna happen? You're an idiot.
No.
Do you think she was just gonna be like, "Oh fuck it, I'm good. You caught me"?
Oh.
No.
And it was weird because the backstory didn't really make sense. It was just like my child died at their communion.
It was like a revenge thriller. Like I said, the revenge theme is still there, but it's very
Very
obscured.
very obscure, yeah. Like the revenge for someone dying at their communion or someone being killed at their communion. So you're going to kill people at their communion?
Right.
And then she turns around to the woman at the end and she was like, "But you gave communion to that whore."
Right.
That was my favorite line of the whole fucking movie. She's like, "You gave communion to that whore."
Jeez.
Oh man. Yeah.
So what's your rating on that?
Honestly, right, probably people are gonna hate this, but like I'm probably gonna give it like a 4. 4 out of 10.
What?
It was too long for a slasher. It was too much to think about. Not that I'm like a dumb person that like cannot watch thought provoking movies, but like I was going into it being like, okay, this is a good slasher. This is an iconic slasher. I'm just gonna go in and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be like an hour and a half, and then we're gonna be good, or like an hour and 20, and we're gonna be good, and it's gonna be like A, B, C, D, and E. But no, it was like B, then fucking D, then A, then C, then fucking Z.
Right. It bounces, man. It bounces.
For it to be a slasher. The masks, though, were very cool because they were very creepy looking.
They were they're the old school masks, man. They don't even like put them in the States anymore. They're like the old painted like facial mask.
Yeah.
That is one thing I will say. I like the get up.
Yeah.
Look is kind of cool.
I thought it was super creepy. And the main reason I picked this movie was because a lot of people were talking about it. And also Brian Minnick, who he usually watches the show. Brian Minnick makes custom figures. He made an Alice Sweet Alice figure for Damien Maffei.
Wow.
And I was like, right, that makes me really want to watch it. And his figure's fucking great. And that is super iconic. That look with like the cagoule and then the mask. But overall, as a movie, wasn't that impressed, unfortunately.
I'm kind of in the same boat with you, man. I like it from the film aesthetic of it. You know, I went to tech school for digital media and stuff, and so like the film aspects of it's kind of cool. You know, they have a lot of cool. It's kind of like Suspiria for me. You know,
Right. Yes.
It's an artsy watch, but like as far as like a follow, it's like, damn, let's do this. Come on, today.
Yeah, it's artsy as well. That's what I thought. It's very artsy. It was at the time when there was a lot of artsy movies coming out.
Well, you got to think Halloween wasn't out at that time.
Yeah,
Halloween had not happened yet.
exactly. That
So
came out 2 years after.
It's like Black Christmas, Texas Chainsaw Massacre era. Very experimental.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Experimental. That's a good word to describe it. Very experimental.
Alice, Sweet Alice is like, kind of like what paved the road for Murder, She Wrote. Is kind of the best way to look at it. If you really, I mean, even the fuzzy shots, they look very soap opera. You know, it was very dramatic. Like everything that was going on in this movie was just so over the top. Like, okay, when a girl got stabbed, I mean, she got stabbed in the leg and she freaked the fuck out. I mean, like, run, woman. But it was that old school style of acting where, you know, women in those roles back then were still very, oh my God, they were dainty almost. We hadn't had the Laurie Strodes and stuff. So, you know, in 76, it was still very experimental, you know. Then we had Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Black Christmas for sorority house full of empowered girls and stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this was still very acted like the Psycho era. Just, oh my God.
Hey guys, I gotta pop off. I gotta be back in like 10 minutes. So,
take it easy, David.
Yeah, it was a pleasure meeting you, man. I'll talk to you again, and I'll see everybody later.
For sure, man. Take it easy.
I do.
All right,
Please. Eventually.
Man, we banged those out real quick, didn't we?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I got to give a rating. What is the chat saying about Alice Sweet Alice?
So far we've got 3 out of 10, and the 3 is just for the mask. 2 out of 10. Shit, man.
So, I mean, I'm kind of like at a 3 or 4, probably 4, if I'm being real. Just because, like I said, nostalgia just for film angles and the fact that it's different, you know. But I mean, it's nothing to write home about, guys. We've seen this before. You know, us as horror fans, you know, as I know John and Al and David and all them, we're deep cut motherfuckers. You know, we've kind of been in it since we were kids. The truly creative ones are the ones that stand out, man. I grew up on like Blair Witch when that hit, man. Like I seen the documentary post seeing the movie, and I seen it at the same drive-in that I was telling you about, and like I believe that hype, you know. But you can never pull that off again.
No,
that's a one and done. Like it's over now.
Yeah. Blair Witch is a movie that I'm not a huge fan of. I'm not really a fan of the found footage stuff.
Well, you were a couple years older too, so by the time that you probably was aware of what is actually going on in the story,
true, yeah,
you already knew it was fake, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, once you find out it's fake, it's like, have I seen Hangman Body?
Hangman.
No. Is that a Blumhouse?
Blumhouse were fucking brilliant at doing the old found footage because Blumhouse did Paranormal Activity, I believe. And
yes, they did.
Yeah, and Paranormal Activity is like multi-million-dollar franchise.
Right. Have you seen Quarantine?
Yes.
Dude, like the Hispanic one, the
the Wreck. It's called.
Yeah, there's Wreck and then there's Quarantine.
Yeah,
but yeah, both of them are amazing.
Quarantine was like the US remake. Am I right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Wreck is the series they continued on with, or was Quarantine the original and then Wreck became the States version?
I think Wreck was the foreign version, and then Quarantine was the US version.
Right.
And then Wreck 2 and 3 came out.
Something like that.
Yeah.
All I know is that both the first and both of those series, the ones that are very similar, are like especially that scene where the fireman falls down from the top of the. Oh, dude, I'm like this shit just got fucking real.
Yeah, we've got a few more ratings come in. A few more like high ratings.
Oh, 7?
8 out of 10. Michael Long 8. Edgar 8. 7. Holy
Shattered Perfection. Why 7? I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm curious as to why this has got such high ratings as well. It's just less longer than a typical slasher. I feel.
Well, like I said, I mean, depending on your age, I mean, it could be nostalgia. You know.
Yeah, that's very true. It's very true. I feel like if this is one of the first movies that you've ever seen before, then it's probably going to be nostalgic. It's very much like Halloween to me.
Yeah, it's shocking. I mean, Halloween.
Yeah.
I mean, when I first seen that, I mean, I didn't turn it off or anything. I already told my Chucky story earlier in the show, but yeah, Child's Play 2. I mean, that scared the shit out of me. Like, I will always love Child's Play because of that. You know what I mean? Because I had a My Buddy doll, and if somebody remembers this movie growing up, watching it at grandma's house or something, I can see that being a reason.
That's true. Yeah, and one of the things I did notice was the fact that they killed a kid. Like, that doesn't really happen that often.
Oh yeah, that first scene is shocking.
Yeah, agreed. The first part of it's very shocking, where
but it's like boom and then bam, like real quick.
Roll him in a fucking chest and then like set it on fire.
Right. That's dude, like, I was waiting for Rain in Blood. A bearded slasher said he had a My Buddy doll.
Oh, nice. That's the one you had, right? The Buddy doll?
It's called My Buddy. And, like, it was some real antisocial shit. Like, if you look up the YouTube video, it was like, if your friend, it's pretty much if your kid doesn't have friends, have a My Buddy.
Bitch, but My Buddy.
But I shit you not, the Good Guy doll was based off that design. It had, like, the clothes, at least. It had to. The boxes were the same color, but they were bigger dolls.
Right.
And, yeah, I remember seeing that. And the only scene that I seen was him with a knife in his hands, crawling up that shit. And I was like, fuck that doll.
So, yeah, fucking 3 interesting movies, I feel. They all had their own nuances.
I want to hear what everybody's favorite is in chat. What's everybody's favorite slasher? Deep cut slasher.
Yeah, mine would probably be The Burning, to be fair.
Right.
Yeah.
Mine, unfortunately, I'm loyal to Halloween, man, but Halloween 2, almost.
Halloween 2 is a great one. That's a great example.
I really, really like Halloween 2. Just the way Dick Warlock kind of played that back in the day was just like, dude, I don't want to go to a hospital. Like, getting shot in the eyes and the whole blow-up scene with Loomis. Like,
yeah. Oh, Jason, Friday the 13th, Part 6. My boy.
Oh, yes.
Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, look at it.
What is Al doing? Are you at a roller ring?
Oh, 1 second. 1 quick second. Hey, y'all. You don't mind?
He's a quinceañera.
Quinceañera? That's what it is?
That's what a quince means. Yeah, quinceañera.
That's what you were trying to say this whole time?
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk away from all this crazy ass shit.
Al's partying down.
What y'all doing?
What you doing?
Are we getting fucking drunk as shit? What's going on?
Nice.
What up, dude?
Al, we're still live right now. I thought I should just tell you that as your lawyer.
Oh, we're
As your
still live?
Yeah, we're still going.
We're doing it live, man.
Oh, what's up, Bobby? What's the deal, man?
What up, though? Hey, how you doing? How is it down there?
It's pretty good, man. I'm in Kansas right now. I'm at some random ass party. I don't even know where the fuck I'm at, but there's a bouncy house and beer, so fuck it.
Hey, you having a good time? You having a good time?
Yeah, I'm having a good time. Yeah.
Then it don't fucking matter where you're at. Have a good time, man.
I want to get in the bouncy house, but I need 2 more Bud Lights. I get in that motherfucker.
Dude, go live in the bouncy house.
Did y'all do movie picks yet?
No, it's your movie picks. That's why I brought you in here.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Bearded Slasher said he ain't in Kansas anymore, Toto.
Hey, John, we're doing 3 picks or 2 picks? What you want to do?
It's up to you, man. 2 or 3, I'm cool.
Okay. Let's see. Where's David at?
David had to go back. He finished up his lunch break, so he had to go back.
All right. Okay. Thinking some movies real quick. I'm not prepared. Sorry. Let me see.
Let me pick what?
All right, I got one. All right. I want to do the very first Amityville movie.
Oh.
Amityville.
Yep.
You know, I think my lawyer would approve of Amityville. First one.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Hold on, Shawty. 1 second. Hold up. Talking to my niggas right now. I want to do Leprechaun 3. Your luck just ran out.
No.
Nice.
I want my head to be on the motherfucking
Do
Leprechaun. Bitch ass Warwick Davis want to be a hoe. $13,000 interview got me fucked up. So there's that one. The last one. Let me get the.
In the hood.
What's up?
Do in the hood. Leprechaun in the hood.
Oh, that's trash. Hold on.
That's trash. Gremlins.
Last one.
Let's do Troll.
Huh?
Troll.
Let's do
No. Troll 2.
Let's get some filth on the Carol action.
I want to do what's that shit called? Terror Tunes.
Oh no! I just watched that the other day. Yeah.
Terror Tunes. David's gonna let it. He's gonna get extra points all the way fucking around for that one. Have you seen Terror Tunes, John?
Nope.
Okay, Terror Tunes. It's like
It's Asylum.
It's a fucked up ass movie. There's lots of weird shit. You know, we're weird, so fuck it. Might as well do something weird. So,
Cool.
the first Amityville, Leprechaun 3, and Terror Tunes.
What a mix.
Solid picks, man.
Hold on.
Solid picks.
Got a hole in my face. Yeah, you heard it right here, folks. Those are the 3 fucking movies for next time.
Yeah. Hey, John, we need to do the pickle challenge.
What?
We need to do the slushy pickle challenge.
The slushy. What is that?
No, we're not gonna do it, but I'm gonna put a video on my Instagram. That shit's funny as fuck. There's this fat ass Mexican dude on there. And he's just he put some tahini, some seasoning in there, and you'll see. It's funny as fuck.
Yeah, I sent it to those guys. I was like, "Is that what you guys do in Texas?" Texas is fuck, man. He shotguns a slushy, like a pickle slushy from Sonic, and he puts like fucking seasoning in it. He just pokes a hole in the bottom. He's just like,
it's a Sonic slushy. Hell yeah.
Yeah. He almost fucking died.
Hell yeah.
So there we go. That's going to be the movie picks for next week. Next time, whenever the fuck the show is.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm like this much done with my 40.
Ooh, shit. Hell yeah.
Hey, TFW. Let's get it.
TFW. Who's got TFW who's in
hold
the chat right now?
Hey, you trying to throw? Hey, we can throw some hands at Texas Frightmare, but I'm being a little weak
Hey.
on it.
Let's get those big ass inflatable gloves. The big ass inflatable ones.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, hey, I can't
I'm
wait
down.
to see you over there, man.
Hell yeah, dude.
Well, I'll wait till John is the show.
Yeah. Everyone, thanks very much for joining. It's been mostly me and Bobby just fucking bullshitting for like 2 hours. Like an hour.
Sorry if I wasn't entertaining, but I appreciated it. So
Good fun. Good fun. That's all that matters. But yeah, everyone, have a good fucking rest of your Saturday night. Peace.
Peace. My cigarette.